Stephen Horn. I'm an independent journalist. I appreciate the invitation to come out here and tell my story. So during the summer of last year is when I started doing this independent journalism. I was seeing the protests, civil unrest, and riots that were occurring in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I was looking at the mainstream media coverage, and I was not satisfied. But I don't want to be the person who just sits on the sidelines and complains when I see a problem. So I decided that I would try to do it better. So I started reporting on some protests, some civil unrest, and some riots where there was criminal activity. In December, when I heard about the protests in Raleigh that was scheduled for January 6th, I saw that then President Donald Trump was promoting it. I figured it was probably my last chance to attend a Trump rally in person and see what it's like. I'm not actually a Trump supporter. I didn't vote for him in 2016 or 2020. But I wanted to see in person what a Trump rally was like. I had seen some videos, and it seemed like Trump definitely inspired people in a way that most politicians do not. So I brought my camera with me that I had put together for filming at these riots and civil unrest that I had previously covered, because I had seen the coverage of the previous 2 rallies in D.C., where some attendees were beaten, some stabbed. So I brought my camera in case there were any opportunities for me to document something. When the crowd was marching over to the Capitol and I was following them, I heard someone shout that the Capitol had been breached. I didn't believe this. I had seen the reporting of previous riots in D.C., where they had so many federal agencies out there, so many officers that you couldn't tell who was who. So I did not believe that person I heard shouting. I did not believe that the Capitol had been breached. But when I got closer to the Capitol, I saw the same riotous energy in the crowd that I had seen at previous riots in Raleigh. Because a riot is not just 3 or more people committing a crime. It's more a state of mind where the bonds of social constraint no longer bind, where people feel that the consequences of their actions are distant and far away. So even before I made it to the Capitol, before I saw the fence that had been trampled down, before I saw anyone throwing objects to the police, I pulled out my camera and I started recording. I recorded for 2 hours. I recorded as a man was carried away on a stretcher. I recorded as the police retreated up the stairs under a barrage of projectiles. I recorded as there was violence, fighting with the police in the crypt under the rotunda. I recorded as people were banging on the doors of the House of Representatives, trying to break them open. I also recorded as Oath Keepers intervened to protect a lone police officer that was guarding a staircase. And so when I got home, I posted all this video. I published it so that people could see what I saw, see these various scenes that I witnessed. And I also contacted law enforcement because I had seen many instances of violence. I'd even seen a bit of property destruction, though not much of that happened. I expected that I would get a call or maybe an email in response. But a little over a week later, 2 FBI agents showed up at my house and my place of work to interview me. They wanted to ask me questions. So I'm blessed by God. I was able to hire an attorney. I had a meeting with the FBI. They interviewed me. I answered their questions openly and honestly. I don't believe I ever invoked my right to remain silent, that wonderful right in the Constitution. But I answered their questions because I had published my video. It was online for everyone to see. But they were more interested in me, where I was, than the numerous crimes of violence that I had witnessed. So a few months later, they arrested me. They charged me with the same 4 charges that they've charged many of the January 6th defendants with. They charged me with knowingly entering or remaining in any restricted building or grounds without lawful authority. They charged me with disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds. They charged me with violent entry and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds. and they charged me with parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol building. The government has made the same plea offer to me that they made to many of the January 6th defendants who are facing these same 4 charges. They offered that I could plead guilty to parading, picketing, or demonstrating in a Capitol building, and they would drop the other charges. They even told me that they would ask for probation for no prison sentence. But I could not take that plea deal in good conscience because I was not at the Capitol building to parade, to demonstrate, or to picket. I was there recording what will certainly go down in the history books as a significant event. So it looks like my case will be going to trial, and I look forward to defending myself and proving my innocence in court. Thank you.